The following presentation of the Montyman's Meditorials is brought to you by Kurt and Debbie Palmer, Roger McDermott and KHLT Recovery Broadcasting. To subscribe to this as well as any of our shows, visit our website at take12radio.com. And now, here's the Montyman with this week's Meditorial.
Well, greetings everyone. I am your host, the Montyman, on this episode of the Montyman's Meditorial. Now, this one I've entitled, More Will Be Revealed. Well, in the last few days, my wife and I have been on a journey into an arena that, well, we never thought we'd venture into. Our home, our house, has needed to be recited for some time, and we finally got around to getting it done. The preparation for this project was much more involved than I had ever imagined. First, we had to get the estimates for the cost of the project. Then, we had to get the lender on board. Wow, what a process that was. Credit checks, title inquiries, structure inspections, the approval of the underwriters, and so on. Once the funds had been approved, the demolition began. The removal of the old siding, which of course revealed many different issues that needed to be addressed, such as dry rot, window replacement, and wiring issues. Each day of demolition brought new reveals of things that were unexpected and in need of repair, which of course would continue to bring the cost up as more was being revealed. The thing that made this project much less stressful, however, was the professionals that we hired to do the job. They are experienced, competent, fair, and detail-oriented. And though they are working with us to keep the cost down whenever possible, they make sure to let us know when they find something that needs to be addressed so that we won't be surprised when it comes to issues in the future. Well, isn't our recovery much like a remodel of sorts? I mean, first we recognize that there is a problem with our structure, ourselves. Then we assess the damage and determine the course of action which needs to be taken, our recovery program. Once that process begins, we often discover much more that is in need of repair that lies beneath the surface. Well, when this happens, we may or may not be surprised, but one thing we know for sure, it must be addressed and not simply covered over with a new outward piece of siding, if you will. Well, as my wife and I trust the professionals, we may have our own ideas on how to do the job, which often seems right to us, but may not be the wisest course of action to take. Therefore, we listen to the contractors, follow their lead, and trust the process. And just like in my own recovery, I pay attention to my sponsor, follow his directives, and though I may have my own ideas on how to work a step, deal with an inventory, or make an amends, my sponsor has much more experience in this area, and I choose to follow his lead. The outcome is usually much more successful. I wonder, what has been revealed in your recovery process as you demo the old and look at the repair and restoration? Do you have people in your life that have been where you've been that can guide and direct you in ways that you may not have the ability to tackle on your own? One of the most valuable lessons I have come to learn in my recovery process is that I need others in my life. Going it alone is much like trying to repair my house by myself. When more is revealed in the demo process, it would simply be much too overwhelming for me to maneuver alone. It's something to think about as we allow the process of removing the old, repairing the damage, creating the new as more is being revealed. Until next time, this is the Montyman, and I am wishing God's perfect serenity for you.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting and the Take 12 Recovery Radio Shows.